This fisherman finds a special flying fish with red markings among a large school of silver flying fish. After giving it an affectionate kiss, he throws it back into the sea. German fishermen believe that kissing this flying fish king will bring a better catch. A day's work for fishermen in Sassenitz begins late at night. Captain Dietmar leaves the harbor at cruising speed in search of flying fish schools. This job requires a bit of luck. Many fishing boats return empty-handed. At this moment, the old captain must hurry to reach deep-sea fishing grounds. The crew has long prepared the nets and stands ready. Dietmar's echo sounder displays the distribution of fish schools underwater. Yellow marks indicate small fish, while red marks represent large flying fish. But even after locating the fish, they still cannot cast the net, because another longline fishing vessel is operating outside the exclusion zone. Those who have watched previous episodes about longline fishing boats will know that such vessels deploy tens of thousands of hooks at the same time. After the hooks are set, all nearby fishing boats must give way. Dietmar is lucky today. After waiting only 2 hours, the other boat hauls in its lines and leaves. The sailors quickly release a 300-meter-long trawl net to secure the area.
Once
Deployed, the net will spread out underwater. An experienced sailor throws a rope to the long-line vessel opposite, allowing the two boats to maintain a safe distance. Monitors in the cabin show the net sinking in real time. Once all preparations are complete, the autopilot takes control. The next 4 hours are spent waiting for the flying fish to swim into the net, while Dietmar waits for his harvest. Thomas and his crew also begin their operation. His gillnet boat is much smaller. Unlike large trawlers, it doesn't need to search for fish. Schools it simply sets the net in designated waters. Thomas doesn't need to hire many crew members. The sailor hauling in the net is his own son. Small boats have their own problems. The biggest fear is the net getting tangled in the propeller while hauling it in seals. Today, luck is on their side. There aren't many seals. When they appear in groups, they often bite all the captured flying fish to death. Thomas, often, wonders whether he should let his son inherit this profession. Back in 2006, his boat had a quota of 120 tons. It was indeed profitable then, but the quota has been reduced year after year. By 2019, it had dropped to just 36 tons. During peak season, this quota can be reached in only 4 to 6 weeks. Back to Captain Dietmar's boat. At 2:30 a.m., their first net comes up full. Under the lights, the flying fish glow with a fluorescent sheen pouring from the hold and merging into a silver torrent. As one compartment fills, the ship begins to tilt. Today, Captain Dietmar expects a catch of 35 to 40 tons. Flying fish can only be caught at night. Once daylight comes, they dive toward the seabed, making trawling impossible. Aside from large-scale mechanized fishing, some coastal net fishermen choose to work after sunrise. Flying fish spawn twice a year in Greifswald Bay. Local fishermen from the Lighthouse Fishing Cooperative prepare fixed fish traps in advance. The placement of these traps requires official fishing permits and must never be moved privately. This work is actually quite dangerous. Even a slight rise in wind and waves can make small boats hard to control. After dawn, Thomas's boat is nearly fully loaded and prepares to return. The most valuable flying fish are the females with roe, known by fishermen as full roe flying fish. Their roe is made into caviar and sold to Japan. Flying fish caviar is affordable for the general public. Higher-end caviar is usually made from yellow croaker or sturgeon roe, with the most expensive reaching hundreds of thousands of RMB per kilogram. The caviar shown in the movie Prodigy, where Andy Lau eats an entire tin alone, was made from sturgeon roe. In reality, the price of such caviar doesn't truly match its value. Its high cost is entirely due to scarcity as the workday nears its end. Thomas encounters an uninvited guest, a fisheries inspection vessel. Inspection boats randomly check every fishing vessel they see. Thomas is startled and quickly resumes work. In Germany, most professions are regulated with strict rules. Falsely reporting catch volume or evading taxes is nearly impossible. For fishermen like Thomas, whose quotas are very small, survival has become extremely difficult. The basic cost of operating a boat doesn't decrease. It's just because you catch less fish. It's like owning a truck. Even if you haul cargo only once a year, you still pay full insurance, maintenance, and depreciation. As quotas shrink, large boats can still survive using fixed fish traps. Low operating costs allow them to stay profitable. But small boats like Thomas's are the first to be eliminated this time. The inspectors leave without issue. They have specific targets. Another inspection boat has identified Sigma's fishing vessel. This veteran fisherman began learning fishing techniques before German reunification. His family has long worked for the local lighthouse cooperative. Many small local fishermen operate as family units by forming cooperatives. Fishermen pool resources, they purchase gear and fuel collectively. To reduce costs, for example, ordering thousands of tons of diesel at once is far cheaper than buying retail. They also expand sales channels together, supplying supermarkets and wholesale markets. The cooperative sets unified prices to avoid being exploited by capital. Sigma's father founded this cooperative in 1963, and it has operated healthily for what? Nearly 60 years. Most of the flying fish Sigma caught today have no roe. Fixed traps rarely catch roe-bearing fish, but this method is widely considered more environmentally friendly and beneficial to fish reproduction. After hauling all the fish on board, the nets must be reset so that by the next day, large schools, a flying fish will again be trapped inside. This haul is estimated at about 10 tons before returning to port. Sigma must report the catch volume to the fisheries authorities. The point deduction system for fishermen is similar to a driver's license. Accumulating 18 points within 3 years results in a 2-month suspension. Reaching 90 points means a lifetime ban from the industry. Fisheries inspectors patrol the sea daily with binoculars. With ports being key inspection zones after all, fish must be unloaded somewhere. Inspectors are highly experienced. They don't inspect randomly. This time, they target Sigma's boat because its deeper waterline clearly indicates a heavy load, just like how an overloaded truck is obvious. At a glance, the inspector's questioning is also strategic. Even though he can estimate the catch by the waterline, he deliberately states a lower figure to test Sigma's honesty. Next, he checks fishing permits and detailed logs. Even using fishing nets requires official authorization. The process is similar to traffic police inspecting heavy trucks. In short, in Germany, no matter what job you do, regulations are extensive. Street stalls common in China would almost all be illegal here. Even selling pancakes requires wastewater treatment. Equipment, HACCP certification, and public liability insurance. The registered weight here is only an estimate. Minor discrepancies may result in a fine of a few dozen euros, but major ones lead to point deductions. Even inspectors admit that the overlapping regulations are extremely complex, though they try their best to help fishermen understand them. After passing inspection, the authorities stamp Sigma's logbook. The old fisherman's day ends perfectly at 9 a.m. All the boats mentioned earlier begin docking and unloading. Dietmar's trawler unloads nearly 60 tons. Giant hoses vacuum, the flying fish ashore like a giant vacuum cleaner. His boat must also undergo inspection by the Producer Association. Thomas's gillnet boat docks at 9:30. Unloading is far more complicated. Each fish must be removed from the net by hand, a process fishermen call picking fish.